Stay by Rihanna is fairly straightforward. Definitely rhythmically it's straightforward. Pretty easy until the very end. There's a little tiny little thing. It's all on white notes, so that should help. There are kind of a lot of parts, so maybe an intermediate level. Anyway, the intro is the first thing you're going to learn, and it sounds like this. And you repeat that exact pattern twice. And that was a fast version. So basically what you need there is a C. So C's in your left hand, G, C, and E in your right hand. And you're just playing every beat, you're playing a chord. So 1, 2, 3. All right, so you play the first three, and then for just one beat, you're playing the D minor chord. So you basically just shift everything to the right one white note. So D's in your left hand, A, D, and F. And then to an A minor, so everything sort of shifts down. A's in your left hand. I know both of my, well, I guess both of my fingers are on the camera for this. E, A, and C in your right hand. So the first three chords, C, 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 D minor, A minor, A minor, A minor. All right? So you play that A minor 3 times, and then your left hand is just going to be bouncing between a G and an A. All right? So it's like 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And you repeat C, 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 D minor, A minor, A minor, A minor, over the G, A minor, G, A minor. All right, so you play through that loop twice. That's your intro loop. Now the verse is going to be really almost identical. The second verse is identical. Well, the first verse is exactly what you just played, but doubled. So you're playing that loop 4 times instead of 2. So again, I'll just show you as a refresher. I'm not going to spend too much time because I just showed you in the intro. But C, D minor, A minor, over the G, A minor, over the G, A minor. All right, so that's your loop. You're just going to play that 4 times. Boom, 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 boom. All right, so anyway, 4 times. I played it twice there. After you play through it 4 times, boom, boom. I'll show you how it goes into the pre-chorus like this, all right? Round and around and around and around we go. Now, tell me now, tell me now, tell me now, you know. All right, so the pre-chorus is really pretty simple. It's 6 chords and it's almost repeated. You start with an F. So, by the way, you already learned the intro and the verse, so you're moving right along. Pre-chorus, F. F's in your left hand. I know my left F is maybe not on the camera, but you can imagine it. F's in your left hand. Right hand is playing F, A, and C. And this is the part where she's singing round and around and around. So then you move down to D's with your left hand. I'm playing octaves. Again, I know they're not both on the camera. D's in your right hand. D, F, and A. Round and around we go. Now the thing is, sometimes I like to play a D minor 7. So you go from this F, and basically you would keep your F chord here and you would just add in this D. Round and around we go. And then to an A minor. A minor is A's in your left hand, E, A, and C in your right hand. So if you like the D minor 7, you can add that the 7 is the C right here. You can keep it in, or you can just leave it a regular D minor. So if you want it just straight up, F, D minor, A minor. All right, so that's the first 3 chords of the pre-chorus, and then it goes right on to the second half, which starts with an F and a D minor again. F, D minor, or D minor 7 if you're feeling cheeky, and around we go, and you sort of resolve to a G. G's in your left hand, G, B, D, and G. That's your pre-chorus. Moving right along. Next is the chorus, and it sounds like this. Not really sure how I feel about it. Something in the way you move. You feel like I can't live without you. Take me all the way. I want you to stay. All right. So the part that I just played there is just 4 chords looped twice, and then so that's the first half of the chorus, and then there's this tiny little part that you already learned for the second half, but we'll get there in a second. So the first half is a C. C's in your left hand, G, C, and E. And this is the part where she's like, not not really sure how I feel about it. So on feel about it, you're going to move to D minors. So you just shift everything up one white note. D's in your left hand, A, D, and F in your right hand. Feel about it, something in the way. Something in the way, that's A minor. So A's in your left hand, E, A, and C in your right hand. Something in the way you move. On move, you're going to move to an F. F's in your left hand, F, A, and C. Now those 4 chords that I just showed you, you repeat. A minor, F, I want you to stay. Now this last half of the chorus, I want you to stay. You're going to recognize it. It's that exact same progression from the intro and the verse. And also you'll see that it's comes up oh, actually no, just the intro and the verse. All right, so the very end of the chorus, I'll just show you as a quick refresher. C, D minor, A minor, and then over that G. All right, so there it is. That's your chorus. That first part I showed you, and then like one little loop of the intro progression. Now, after the chorus, you're going to jump into another verse, and the second verse that you play is only going to have that progression that you just ended the chorus with. You're going to do that exact same progression, but you're going to play it twice. In the first verse, you played it 4 times. So it's going to sound like this. C, D minor, A minor, over the G, over the G, over the G again, and repeat. Now this is the second time through, so this is the only time we're going to repeat. Boom, boom. And then you're going to go right into the pre-chorus. After the second verse, you go right back into the pre-chorus, only twice through the loop. So that's one little catch you need to know. All right. So now you know the intro, the verse, the pre-chorus, and the chorus. And the next thing you need to know is the bridge, and the bridge sounds like this. And now that's only half of the bridge, but I just want to take it in small chunks. So the first half of the bridge is an F. So F's in your left hand, F, A, and C in your right hand. 2, 3, 4, and you're going to switch to A minor for a count of 4. A's in your left hand, E, A, and C in your right hand. A minor. Now D minor for a count of 7. So D's in your left hand, and I'm sort of breaking it up here, so let's see. F, A. Yeah, so you can play it like this. D's in your left hand, F, A, and D in your right hand. And that's for a count of 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now on the 8, you're going to basically move everything up one white note to play an E minor. But the key are these 3 notes. So if you want, you can play E's in your left hand and E, G, and B. Those are the key notes in your right hand. And that's sort of like a transition. And you basically repeat that part without the E. So you've got that F for a count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. A minor for a count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. D minor for a count of 8 now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Cool, so that's the first half of the bridge. The second half of the bridge, which is the part where it's like the 2-part harmony, which is like la da 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 da, save me. I'm not sure about the lyrics. I think it's something like that. And it repeats almost. Da 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 da. Whatever. So that part is a D minor, D, A, and D in your left hand, F, A, and D in your right hand. When it steps up there, it goes to an F. So F's in your left hand, C, F, A, C. If you can't reach both these C's, you probably want to drop out the lower one. Save me. So then you're gonna sort of resolve to an A minor. A's in your left hand, E, A, and C in your right hand. Save me. And then you don't quite repeat again, but the first 2 chords are the same. D minor, F, G. So G's in your left hand, G, B, and D. And that's your bridge right there. Okay, so the G, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Sort of, yeah, I'll keep it simple. 5, 6, 7, 8. And then, so that's your bridge. The only thing you need to know now is the ending. And the ending is exactly like the first 4 chords of the chorus, except you loop through them 5 times, and the last loop through, there's a little tiny rhythmic catch. So I'll show you. So I'm just going to play through it and show you. So you've got that C, as a refresher, C, D minor, A minor, F. I already showed you this, so I'm not going to spend too much time showing you these chords again. D is C, D minor, A minor, F. So this is my second time through, and I really should be playing it like this. Bounce, 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 A minor, F. So that's 3. 4th time through, same thing. D minor, A minor, F. Now the last time through, it's like this. And you let it ring out. So it's really easy. The last time through, instead of going bounce, 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 bounce on that C, you're just bouncing half as often. So bounce, bounce, and then switch to the D minor, bounce, bounce, and then the A minor and the F, you're going to bounce even less. So it's like A minor for a whole measure, if you want to think about it like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then F. 1, 2, 3, 4. But you also just sort of let the F ring out forever at the end. So that's really it. Those are all the parts. I know there's kind of a lot of them. Luckily, they're all on white notes, and rhythmically, it's pretty simple. So it's definitely doable. Like I said, intermediate. That's the whole tutorial. I really hope it helped you. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.